Hey folks, Colin Gray here from thepodcasthost.com, and today I'm going to show you moving our podcast over to Buzzsprout. And this is actually live, moving a podcast. We're moving Podcraft over to Buzzsprout right now, but this is hopefully going to demonstrate how you can do it from any other podcast host to Buzzsprout as well if you're looking to move your show to a new host. And Buzzsprout is one of the ones we recommend, works quite well. So let's start here. Get started, the button right in the middle. This is the buzzsprout.com website. All right, so first of all, we're signing in. So Colin Gray and email is there. So create my podcast. All right, I'll just quickly go over and verify my email. Just 1 second. Okay, so email has just come through. All I do is click login to Buzzsprout. It'll take me back to that. We're creating a password here for the account. Okay, so if we are creating a brand new podcast, obviously you'd click this top one, but because this is demonstrating we already have a podcast, I type that in there. One of the great things about the Buzzsprout tool is that you can actually type in just the name of your podcast, and if it is in iTunes, you can just click on that right in the iTunes listing. So it searches through iTunes, finds the podcast, and that gets all the details that Buzzsprout needs to import that show. You can also type in your RSS feed here as well. So if you're not in iTunes, Apple Podcasts yet, all you have to do is find your podcast RSS feed and paste it in there. But because Podcraft is here already, I'm just going to click that. Now, it'll say copy 2 episodes into Buzzsprout. I'll explain that just in a second. But yeah, that starts copying in those first 2 episodes. Okay, so that's it, copying it in. Finding podcast, copying artwork. Now, the reason it's only copying in 2 just now is because obviously I haven't paid yet. So this is actually treating it as the Buzzsprout free tier, where you get 2 podcast episodes for free. So what I'll do next is actually, if I just upgrade the account to one of the paid tiers, and actually the bottom tier will do just fine because they're not going to charge for all the episodes we're bringing in. They bring in all the previous episodes for free, and they're only going to charge for the coming month. And you'll see in just a second that the free tier, the bottom tier is actually plenty for most podcasters. Okay, and that's the first 2 episodes it brought in. So you can see it's brought over the artwork, it's brought over the details, title, description, authors. I have to update that actually, shouldn't really have those little square brackets. But it says it's found 117 episodes, so that's the full Podcraft back catalogue. And now upgrade to copy all your episodes in. Plans start at just $12 a month. So let's see my podcast in Buzzsprout. So this is what the Buzzsprout dashboard looks like. And you can see that our most recent 2 episodes are now copied into the dashboard here. So what we would have to do next, it shows you progress up on the top here. So we've found our podcast. Next is upgrade our account. So if I click that, you can see that the sapling tier, $12 a month, you can upload 3 hours each month. So if you're uploading a weekly show, that gives you 45 minutes per episode before you have to go over that. So at $12 per month, you can have a weekly 45-minute episode, no worries. And it's only 18 to go up to 6 hours, so that would give you, an hour and a half. So that should be plenty for anyone. All right, so we've now upgraded our account, which means that we can now copy in our remaining episodes. So let's do that just now. Check for remaining episodes. Now, this means Buzzsprout's going to go off and it's going to find the rest of the feed. As you know, it uploaded 2 so far, so we've got 115 to go. So all I'm going to do is hit copy these remaining episodes, and that's the start process. It's obviously going to take a little while to do that, but it'll do that in the background for us. Okay, so you can see now it's got a list of episodes. They're all processing, so that's going to take a little while, like I said. But that's good, it's got them all in there. So we can go through and check them all if we want to. I'm going to trust that Buzzsprout has captured them all. But I can look right back to the early days of Podcraft, right back to their season 2, episode 1. So let's go back up and do the next step. So the final step really is redirecting our RSS feed. So this is like changing your address. You know, you move house and you tell the postman, right, okay, so we've now moved house. So anything that comes to me at my old address, send it to the new one. And over time, over a month or so, that suddenly becomes your new address. People realize, and you change your address everywhere. Really, all you need to do is do it in one place. In this case, you put a redirect on your original podcast RSS feed address, and then that sends it towards your new Buzzsprout one. So if you click on this, it'll show us that this is our new address. This is our new RSS feed. So we can click on that. We can copy the whole thing, and we need to put that in wherever we currently host. Now, as you can see here, Buzzsprout kindly offers guides for the main hosts out there. So we've got Libsyn and Blueberry, two of the biggest ones there. Obviously Podbean as well, and SoundCloud. A lot of people try to move away from SoundCloud just now, but you can go into any of them. So let's take a quick look how they recommend it. And actually with Blueberry, they recommend to email Blueberry direct. Now, it is possible to put in redirects. So one way to do it, for example, is if you're in your podcast settings in Blueberry, you've got an Apple, you've got a set new feed for iTunes, and that'll help Apple redirect it. But as it says here, as Blueberry recommend, actually a 301 redirect is even better. So you can actually set that up in your HT Access if you're using WordPress. A wee bit technical to set that up, but it's not actually too tricky. You can look up how to do a 301 redirect in WordPress. Just search that in Google, you'll find a guide to it. But this is one way to do it as well. Set iTunes new feed URL. If you email Blueberry, as Buzzsprout recommend there, they will set up that 301 redirect for you. So that's probably the easiest way to do it, really. And of course, Buzzsprout have given you a guide to doing it with Libsyn, SoundCloud, and Podbean too. But once you've done that, once you've got your RSS feed redirected over, it'll take a couple of weeks. So you want to keep your old hosting active for at least a couple of weeks, probably more like a month, just to make sure that that redirect is picked up by all of the different services. And then that's you onto the new feed. That's you all done. So I hope that's a good guide to how to swap over to Buzzsprout in particular. Now, I do think Buzzsprout is a good host. There are other ones, there are good reasons to choose other hosts as well, but this is just a decision we're making right now for Podcraft, is to make it nice and simple and easy. Test out the Buzzsprout hosting properly and get it over there just now. So hope this has been a good guide, a good demo of how we've done it. If you have any questions, by all means, get in touch. You can find us at thepodcasthost.com, or you can get in touch on Twitter at thepodcasthost. Hopefully speak to you soon.